On.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. I'll call the meeting to order. The first item on the agenda to consider approving the minutes from the March 10th and sign the disbursement warrant.
I move we do that.
Second. Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Look at that. Everyone. I'll give.
We just did number one.
Oh, good. Thank you.
That didn't sound as right.
The second item on the agenda is Waterville Country Club Liquor Store, social amusement.
I make a motion we grant their licenses and special amusement permit.
Second.
Second by John Bowman, thank you. All in favor? Next item up is to sign the municipal town meeting warrant.
I have that here. I was telling them there's a lot of signing to do here on the Waterville Country Club because they have their liquor license, special amusement, and then they're two separate entities that are as far as. So if you want to do that after the meeting, if you want to sign all of these after the meeting?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, we'll have them all in a row here.
So you want to take those and make it right back to Mike.
Just two, right?
Sorry, both of those. So we're going to sign that, yeah, okay, good. Next up is to sign the Spirit of America resolution.
And that's what you just have signed.
Yep.
We'll get the signing done, and then we'll go into the manager's report, if that's okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry. After you get all the signing done, we can go into the manager's report, if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay? The warrant? I'll walk through this. So there's 4 places, this top cover, and then everyone else.
Spoiled by that. What's the plan? This one, all right. One time.
Just one on that one. It's because they have the mobile. They have the mobile, then the here, and then the snapshot.
Just one place here. I guess Good.
Top sheet, and then every one of those little tags.
Dave.
Speaking of the right,
Mr. Mayor?
the white box on the right, flip that down, there we go.
And 3 more times over here.
Too complicated for me, I'm a cop, not a firefighter.
Who's got the fancy new trailer out there?
It's Todd's. This is part-time business, his yard cleanup and stuff, and he,
That's nice, right?
yes, yeah, nice looking trailer. Not gonna stay white too long, I would imagine.
And why I signed, Gary, I have no problem if you want to go ahead and start.
Okay, I just want to make sure everybody can hear what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And one of the things I wanted to do is update you on an initiative that
I think I got them all, Mike, you can check.
I'm going to update you on an issue that we've been discussing with Snow Pond Arts Academy and some of the small communities. There's a new initiative to try to rebrand what this little region is. And Snow Pond Arts Academy, Krista Thornton, who's their grant writer, is applying for a $35,000 grant. We had our first meeting on it, and you know, it's about the Belgrade Lakes region, and so they're going to be discussing how we can either rename that or come up with something that's a little bit more catchy. There's no financial commitment from the towns, it's just kind of the involvement. So as this thing goes, we're going to be putting together a committee. Right now it's Belgrade, the town of Oakland, and Snow Pond Arts Academy. We don't even have Sydney sitting at the table yet, so you know, it's just starting. I don't know where it's going to go. This is not my initiative. This is John Wiggins over there, and so you know, I don't know how much traction it's going to get. Certainly, I'm going to make sure that if there is involvement, I want Oakland involved in that, because I want to have some input in it, I think, and but I'll have more to follow on it as time marches forward. The other thing is Oak Fest. Kathy and I have been stumbling over what we're going to do with Oak Fest this summer. The big concern is the masks and the heat. We have, you know, a one-shot deal to pull it off with the money that we have in the bank. And if we end up putting together a program for the summer months, and it's in the 90s out there, and we're, you know, my staff, my crew is required to wear these masks, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal on me. I've been struggling with them for the past couple of days. And then for us to require everybody that comes there to wear a mask, I think it's going to be a battle. So we're planning on kicking it down the road until this fall. And unfortunately, because of the sports programs with the school's not going to be an option for us if we do that. Now, if we're fortunate enough that the voters allow us to buy this property that's down here on Fairfield Street, I was up there walking it yesterday. I got plenty of room to make it happen up there. You know, that would be an option for us. But, you know, Don, I talked to Don about it this afternoon, and he made a good point. We're going to have a new location. The numbers might be down on that as well. So, you know, we're going to be making a change. I'd like to get it in the fall for a couple of reasons. One is the heat. One of the problems that we've had in the summer months is the complaints from some of the seniors that come to us just too hot. The other issue that we've had with it is the school location has been kind of a struggle with us, because we've been trying to work around construction. The ball fields are limiting, you know, we really can't grow much more than what we have so far. So I just want to let you know that we're probably not going to make this happen this summer. We can't, the other issue is we can't get the committees together yet. I mean, it's been a struggle all winter because we've got a lot of seniors that are on that committee. And so we're going to be seeing some changes on it. You know, I can't guarantee that we're going to pull it off this fall, but we are going to absolutely be doing it next year. And if I have my way about it, I don't want to have it in the summer months. I did meet with Brooke up at Buddy's today, and she kind of gave us another option. They want to participate in Oak Fest, and they want to go and use their parking lot, which, I mean, you know, if they're willing to work with us, it's plausible that we can actually have Oak Fest right on Main Street, every bit of it. Shut Main Street down Saturday, or Friday night and Saturday, and let the vendors set up. You know, they're going to re-hot top that back parking lot. She says they're going to extend it, and she'd like Oak Fest to be able to use that whole area. So, you know, we don't have any real, I mean, we don't have a lot of businesses that are open on Saturday up there, and we might be able to work something to just get it away from the school and put it on Main Street the way it used to be, way back when. So we're kind of in a rebuild mode here. But this summer, like I said, with the masks, I think it's going to be too much of a struggle. I think we're going to get, people are going to get angry one way or the other. We're either not going to be able to enforce everybody to wear the mask, or people are going to be angry because we're making them wear the mask, and it's going to be brutal on our staff to be up there working, public works guys and the people that we have working up there to make them, I mean, you guys have all been up there in summertime. It's hot. No shade, there's no way of getting out of it, and we're kind of stuck in the middle of it. So, any comments, thoughts, or questions on that? I mean, I know it's not optimum, and it's not what I want to see happen, but we're still going to be dealing with some after effects of COVID. You know, people are going to get their shots, but really I think the success to make this thing happen is to get rid of these damn things. And until we can do that, I think it's going to be, you know, very difficult to run in hot weather.
Have you talked to any of the vendors that you usually have there?
Yeah,
there aren't many of those things going on this summer, so they might not be doing much.
No, well, we set it out, you know, with the fall idea. And we haven't had much of anybody for a vendor that's come back with negative comments. They're supporting that. The weekend that we're choosing is between everything. It's the weekend before the Common Ground Fair, and it's the weekend after the Clinton Fair. So we kind of got a golden opportunity for a date, September 17th. And if we can lock in on it, September is a beautiful time of year. I mean, you usually don't have scorching heat. It's usually a drier time of year, so you don't have to worry about the threat of thunderstorms and the winds with those tents. You know, I mean, that's always a concern. Every year we have that. The skies are black. I mean, we've been rained out on Friday nights more than once. And so I just think it's a better time of year. Unfortunately, the September month, you're going to find that our summer people who have the camps probably aren't going to be around. But, you know, it's 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. You know, I think you're going to find we're going to have more local people that are willing to enjoy it in the fall weather. You know, for the type of event that we have, be it an open air market and crafts and stuff like that, you know, people are actually going to feel more comfortable temperature-wise to shop the vendors.
And if you advertise it during the music fest each time, you
Right.
might gain some traction.
Right, and we are having the music service. I mean, we've got 8 concerts scheduled for the summer. We're not going to start them as early as we typically do. We're going to start, the first concert's going to be July 8th. We typically schedule the first one, I think it's June 20th. But again, that's too close to the, you know, and even with the music service, you know, they're saying we're going to have 100% open as far as occupancy, but what does that mean? You know, does that mean that, you know, occupancy is 6 feet for every person? Well, when you bring 300 people into that little park down there, you know, that's going to be, and that's what we've been bringing for numbers in. And, you know, it's going to be a challenge on that. But we've got 8 bands signed up to play this summer. Because bands all want, because they're not playing anywhere either. Because, you know, I mean, very few venues are operating this summer because of this problem right here I'm talking about. And, but,
Ongoing.
I'm not sure, I think we all have to think of some potential pluses and minuses. I don't know what the fall's gonna bring two ways, but I do know that all of the sports programs will be in full gear. If that's a Friday night when the high school's got a football game or a soccer game, you're gonna have that competition. You're gonna have youth football, youth soccer, youth whatever, participating throughout the weekend. So without the summer people, without a bunch of the kids and parents, that we should at least look into those things.
That's all good points.
And I'm not saying it's a bad idea anyway, but we may not have an audience to draw from if too many activities are going on locally.
The only thing I can say to counter that is Common Ground Fair, thousands and thousands of people go to that every year. And I know they got the reputation, but the Clinton Fair is the same way. But I hear what you're saying, and I'm not trying to defeat that idea because it's a very valid point.
Those programs, again, I don't know, we may want to just do it anyway, just to keep something going, but at the same time, we're only going one night and the next day.
Yeah.
Maybe for Sunday with the activities.
Sunday morning.
But the Clinton Fair, the Common, they're going for 10 days.
Yeah.
So if people don't go on a Friday because of a football game, they'll probably go Saturday.
Right.
So, I just hate to see us pick a day when there's so many things going on at the school level, which we may not know for a while.
Right.
But it still will be something, it's hard to juggle.
Yeah, well, when Brooke approached me this morning about the parking lot that they have, the light bulb went off. It's like, Jesus, this could be kind of neat if we could have the whole event on Main Street, shut Main Street down Friday night, right straight through the Saturday night. You could do all kinds of fun stuff down there. That parking lot, your classic car show, you can stretch them down Main Street a little bit more and back them up to the curb, and you could do quite a bit with it.
As long as that's not homecoming weekend.
We never thought about
No, but that's what I'm saying. And I don't know when they schedule that, because with sports the way it's going now, who knows what they're going to be scheduling. But I guess we would have to speak to the schools and say, look, we're planning on doing it this weekend.
Yeah.
Is that going to be something that you're not going to be able to schedule around?
Yeah. And the school has been very gracious with us, and there's no question about it, but they have things going on as well. 2 years we dealt with construction on Williams School, and it was just, it wasn't even safe because they had equipment and all that stuff around that school building. We had to try to, I just want to get away from that type stuff from this point forward.
Well, I think if we can do it downtown, that's great. I just don't want to be competing against too many groups and...
Well, I haven't, the business that I can think of that's open would be Blake's Hardware. This just happened today, so it would be a conversation with Steve as well. Good. That's all I have.
Go ahead. Dave, Mr. Gordon, do you have anything?
I do not.
Mr. Nutty?
Nothing.
Mr. Bowman?
Set.
All set. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to enter into executive session under the personal matters of 1 MSRA, section 405, 6A.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you. Good night now.